Session 86, 27th May 2022. Session 86, 27th May 2022. Quran, the Word of Allah, an elaboratory translation by ex-Brigadier Mustansar Bellah. Brothers and sisters, we are on the 20th Surah of Quran, Surah Taha, and on part 16, part 1-6. And we begin from verse 88 of Surah Taha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We begin with the name of Allah, who is most gracious and tremendously merciful. وَأَخْرَجَ لَهُمْ إِجَالًا جَسَدًا لَهُ خَوَارٌ فَقَالُوا هَذَا إِلَهُكُمْ وَإِلَهُ مُوسَى فَنَسِيَ. 88. Then he, that is a Samri magician, forged a calf in the shape of a body which produced the mooing sound. Then said, "This is your God and the God of Musa." But Musa forgot to mention it to you. He said, "This is your God and the God of Musa," but Musa forgot to mention it to you. أَفَلَا يَرَوْنَ أَلَا يَرْجِعُ عَلَيْهِمْ فَقَوْلًا وَلَا يَمْلِكُ لَهُمْ ضَرًّا وَلَا نَفْعًا. 8-9. Could they not see that it could not return them a word it could not spend? Could they not see that it could not return them a word it could not respond to them, and that it could neither harm them nor help them? وَلَقَدْ قَالَ لَهُمْ هَارُونَ مِنْ قَبْلُ يَا قَوْمِ إِنَّمَا فَتَنْتُمْ بِهِ وَإِنَّ رَبَّكُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ فَاتَّبِعُونِي وَأَطِيعُوا أَمْرِي. 9-0. And Aaron had indeed said, "O my people, this is but a test for you, for verily your Rabb is the Rahman, Allah, so follow me and do as I command you." قالوا لن نبرح عليه عاكفين حتى يرجع إلينا موسى. 9-1. They had said, "We will not abandon the calf's worship until Musa returns to us." They had said, "We shall not abandon the calf's worship until Musa returns to us." Kala ya Harunu ma manaka iz ra'atuhum zallu. 9-2. Then Musa said, "O Harun, what prevented you from following me when you saw them going astray? Allah tatabi'an afa saita amri." 9-3. Why did you disobey me? Why did you disobey me? Kala bainahum la ta'khudhu bilihati wala birasi inni khashitu an takulu farakta baina bani Israila walam tarkum qawli. 9-4. Harun, his brother, said, "O son of my mother, don't seize me by my beard nor by my head. Surely I was afraid lest you might say, you have caused a division among the children of Israel, and you have not respected my word." Kala fama khatbuka ya Samari. 9-5. Then Musa said, "Now what do you have to say about this, O Samari?" Then Musa said, "Now what do you have to say about this, O Samari?" Kala yasurtu bima lam yabsuru bihi fakabaztu qabzatam min asari rasul fanabaztuha wa kazalika sawalat li nafsi. 9-6. He said, "I saw what they did not see." He said, Samari said, "I saw what they did not see. So I took a handful of dust from the footprint of the messenger, angel Jibrail's horse, and threw it into the casting of the calf. Thus did my soul promote me." Kala fazhab fa'innaka laka fil hayati an taqula la misasa wa inna laka mu'idan تخلفه وانظر إلى إلهك الذي زلت عليه عاكفا لنحرفنه ثم لننسفنه في الجم نسفا. 9:7, my apologies. Musa said, Musa cursed him, "Get out of here. Now throughout your life you will say to other people, 'Touch me not,' and you will not escape your appointed doom. Behold, this God to whom you had become a devoted worshipper, we will burn it and scatter its ashes into the sea. Innama ilahakum Allahu allazi la ilaha illahu wasi'a kulla shay'in ilma." 9:8. Then he addressed his people, "O my people, your God is Allah only, other than whom there is no God. His knowledge encompasses everything." كذلك نقص عليك من أنباء ما قد سبق وقد آتيناك من لدنا ذكرا. 9:9. Thus do we relate to you, O Muhammad, peace be upon him. Thus do we relate to you, O Muhammad, some information of what happened before. And indeed we have given you from us a reminder, the Quran. Man araza anhu fa innahu yahmilu yawm al-qiyamati wizra. 100. Those who rejected shall bear a heavy burden on the day of resurrection. 100. Those who rejected shall bear a heavy burden on the day of resurrection. Khalidina fihi wasalahum yawm al-qiyamati himla. 101. For he shall abide in it, that fire of hell, and evil indeed will it be, that load for them on the day of resurrection. For he shall abide in that fire of hell, and evil indeed will it be that load for them on the day of resurrection. يوم ينفخ في الصور ونحشر المجرمين يومئذ زرقا. 102. The day when the trumpet will be blown, and we shall assemble all the criminals. Their eyes will turn blue with terror. Their eyes will turn blue with terror. يتخافتون بينهم إلا بستم إلا أشرا. 103. They shall speak in a low voice to each other. You hardly lived 10 days on earth. They shall speak in a low voice to each other. You hardly lived 10 days on earth. نحن أعلم بما يقولون إذ يقول أمثالهم طريقة إلا بستم إلا يوما ويسألونك عن الجبال فقل ينسفها ربي نسفا. 104. We know fully well that they will say, when the best among them in knowledge and in wisdom will say, no, you stayed no longer than a day. 104. We know fully well what they will say. We know fully well what they'll say when the best among them in knowledge and wisdom will say, no, you stayed no longer than a day. 105. They ask you as to what will happen to the mountains. Tell them, my Rabb will crush and scatter them like a fine dust. Tell them, my Rabb will crush and scatter them like a fine dust. فَيَزْرُ hakan safsafa. 106. He will turn them, the mountains and the earth, into a level, smooth plain. He, Allah, will turn them, the mountains and the earth, into a level, smooth plain. لا ترى فيها عوجا ولا أمتا 107, wherein you will see neither any curve nor crease. يومئذ يتبعون الندى لا عوج له وخشعت الأصوات للرحمن فلا تسمع إلا همسا. 108, on that day people will follow the call of the caller. No one will dare show any crookedness. Their voices hushed before the beneficent Allah, and you shall hear nothing but the sound of the marching feet, and you will hear nothing but the sound of the marching feet. يومئذ لا تنفع الشفاعة إلا من أذن له الرحمن ورضي له قولا. 109, on that day no intercession will avail except the one to whom the beneficent Allah shall grant permission, and who would like to give him a hearing, and would like to give him a hearing. يعلم بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون به علما. 110, only He, Allah, knows what all happens to them in this world, what is before them, and what will happen to them hereafter, what is behind them. But they do not grasp anything of His knowledge. But they do not grasp anything of His knowledge. وَأَنَتِ الْوَجُوهُ لِلْحَيِّ الْقَيُّومِ وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ حَمَلَ ظُلْمًا. 111, and all faces shall be humbled before the ever-living, the ever-existing. 111, and all faces will be humbled before the ever-living, the ever-existing Allah. The one who is carrying the burden of inquiry will be doomed. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَلَا يَخَافُ ظُلْمًا وَلَا هَضْمًا. 112, but the one who is a believer and does good deeds shall fear no tyranny or injustice. 112, but the one who is a believer and does good deeds shall fear no tyranny or injustice. وَكَذَلِكَ أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا وَصَرَّفْنَا فِيهِ مِنَ الْوَعِيدِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَّقُونَ أَوْ يُحْدِثُ لَهُمْ ذِكْرًا. 113, thus we have sent down the Quran in Arabic and clearly proclaimed in it some of the warnings, so that they may take heed, or that it may serve as a reminder to them. فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقُّ وَلَا تَعْجَلْ بِالْقُرْآنِ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يُقْضَى إِلَيْكَ وَحْيُهُ وَقُلْ رَبِّ زِدْنِي عِلْمًا. 114, high and exalted be Allah, the true King. Do not hasten to recite the Quran before its revelation is completely conveyed to you, and then say, O my Rabb, increase my knowledge. 114, high and exalted be Allah, true knowledge, the true King. Do not hasten to recite the Quran before its revelation is completely conveyed to you, and then say, O my Rabb, increase my knowledge. وَلَقَدْ عَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ آدَمَ مِنْ قَبْلُ وَنَسِيَ وَلَمْ نَجِدْ لَهُ عَزْمًا. 115, and indeed we took a covenant from Adam before, but he forgot. We found on his part no firm willpower determination. وَإِذْ كُنَّا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى. 116, and remember when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves to Adam. They all prostrated themselves except Iblis, Satan. He refused. It was a prostration marked for respect. And remember when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves to Adam. They all prostrated themselves as a measure of respect, except Iblis, Satan. He refused. وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ إِنَّ هَذَا عَدُوٌّ لَكَ وَلِزَوْجِكَ وَلَا يُخْرِجَنَّكَ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ فَتَشْقَى. 117. Then we said, O Adam, this Satan, devil, is a real enemy to you and your wife. Then we said, O Adam, this Satan, devil, is a real enemy to you and your wife. Do not let him get you both out of paradise and get you in trouble. Do not let him get you both out of paradise